What's going on? This is Ryan, Jake, Sledding Side by Side channel, and we got a good one for you today. We are getting ready for a trip. We're headed south. I'm not going to tell you where quite yet. You're just going to have to subscribe and find out, but we are headed in a week south, quite a ways south, and it's going to be pretty wild. So I ordered a set of tie rods for the front of this because Yamaha apparently can't make the stock tie rods. I was going to get the Hess Motorsports YXZ sleeves and put them on the stock tie rods, but apparently the stock tie rods are unicorn horns. Yamaha either ain't making them or they're next to impossible to get. So I ordered Superatv, pretty much brand new set of their aftermarket tie rods. So these are 249 bucks shipped to my door, and we're gonna install them and see how we like them. I mean, they gotta be a heck of a lot better than what I got now, because if you've seen the Haspin Acres video, this is my custom action right there from bent one down at Haspin Acres. So that's what the plan today is. We're gonna get some tie rods on this thing, and yeah, because where we're headed, I'm gonna need something a heck of a lot stronger than what I got. All right, this is what you're gonna get in the kit right here. You get yourself a boot. You got your inner tie rod part for your inner tie rod that goes to your steering rack, which is super stout, super stiff, feels pretty hefty. You got your steering shaft, got your heim joint, your misalignment shim that goes onto this shaft, and that's what goes in here. This to this right here, and you just put it all together. So looks like a really solid kit. The other side went pretty dang smooth. So I mean, the only other trick that we figured is that's a pretty small hole. This is a big shaft, so I just took some never sees on both of these, and then you can just pretty much just shove it right on through. It stretches right out, just like that. So then you want to make sure these knurlings are to the outside of the tie rod to the heim joint. You don't want these on the inside, so if you got to adjust it or whatever. All right, easiest way, I'm going to show you the easiest way to get this tie rod off all in one piece. You don't have to separate these two. Take your nut off down here, which I already did. Take yourself a good hammer, tap on this. Pop that out. And then there's usually a metal clip up in here. I already took the clip off, but actually we took it off at Haspin Acres because we bent the living crap out of this tie rod, as you can see. And take this other thing out and force this rubber boot down, and this gives you access to your inner tie rod. And you're just going to want to take this off. I use a crescent wrench. I don't know what size this is, so crescent wrench is one size fits all. Kind of nice. And you can just take this whole thing right off, just like this. You ain't got to separate it. You don't have to do nothing. You get that whole thing. And if you want to keep it as a spare or whatever, which is exactly what I'm going to do, even though that one's all jacked up, we're still going to keep her. All right, now we're going to put everything together. Loctite. You want to Loctite this. And I'll put this in by itself because it's shorter. And if you put the shaft and put it all together in one piece, it kind of makes it difficult to screw on. So I screw this on before I put anything else on. Screw it on. Now this is a bigger size than the factory inner tie rod, so if you're using wrenches, you're gonna have to get a different size. Yeah, it's pretty dang tight right there. Make sure you got your inner tie rod nut on there, which comes with it. Kind of push that down so it's easier to thread on. And just thread this shaft on a good ways. Take this one. If you want to throw some Loctite in these threads, or not Loctite, but never season these threads, you can. In case you ever got to take it apart or adjust it or whatever. And these heim joints are left-hand threads, so you got to go the opposite direction. They give you nuts that are go on this heim joint too. These lock nuts. Them come right in the kit also. The taper, you want the taper when you're putting this shaft for the heim joint. So you get yourself a washer right here. This put on. All right. Now we have to get that jack from the other side. All right, so we got her jacked up. And just put this on here. Gotta make sure. Sometimes I'll take a, you know, I have to turn this a little bit. Oh, that's a little too big, but it might work anyway. Turn that heim joint to get this centered. Make sure it's centered. And it's all the way down flush. You want to make sure it's all the way down flush when you're putting this other misalignment, this alignment shim in up here. So it fits in nice and level. That's what the problem is when you have this suspension at full droop. You can't get any of this lined up. So super easy install. These things seem really beefy, so I'm pretty excited. And then just tighten them both up, get everything lined up so you can get your cotter pins in, and then we're gonna do so I'll get them cotter pins in. But you don't want to put these boots on quite yet till you get the tires on, and then we're going to align, kind of do a toe set, because you probably have to break this nut loose and adjust these rods some yet. So this will be the last thing you do, is slide this boot onto your steering rack, and then you can lock all that down. Well, we got her pretty close. This is what we did. I had a ball hitch, but we just took a string to get it close, because you have really no idea. And basically, we just held it tight to right here, to where everything pretty much touched, and that'll get you close. We did that to both sides, and then basically we took a tape measure, and whichever side you hold the tape measure, say you hold it right there, you take a measurement to here, which was roughly 57.5. You take the tape measure and you do the exact same thing on the back side of the tire, and make sure you get really close to the same measurement. And then once you do that, we're pretty much good to go. So basically all I got to do is tighten up the lock nuts, put the boots in, or boots on the steering rack, and we're pretty much done. So, all right, hardest part of doing this, the Superatv tie rod install, is getting these boots on to your rack and pinion. They are, let's just say they are a real tight fit, which is good, but it makes it super difficult to get these on. So I'm going to show you a little bit of a trick, at least what I did to get the other side on. But yeah, this boot is the exact rubber boot. You got to work it over this inner tie rod. Once you get it there, this rubber boot I put my finger on is the exact same width as this. So you got to stretch it on there, and it is not fun. Basically, just
take it best you can. Maybe get more over this way, we go. And then just kind of take as much as you can and then stretch it over here. Kind of hold it best you can with your fingers, and you take a curled pick like this, work it in down the bottom and pull it on. So that's pretty much that. You take a pick or try to, you just gotta really, it's a real fight. Like, just, if you do these, be prepared. It's gonna be the hardest part of the whole job. Everything else is simple up until getting the boot on your rack and pinion. Other than that, it's pretty easy. Just make sure before you put this boot on, you tighten up both these lock nuts. You don't want to take that boot off and have to put it back on, because that would really suck. So make sure that those lock nuts are on there tight once you get everything set where you want it. So far, I'm super happy. They seem super stout. They're way, feel way stronger than the stock ones. So yeah, take you probably an hour install. They're not that hard. If you're fairly mechanically inclined, it ain't hard at all. So yeah, I mean, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because like I said in the first part of the video, we are going to be testing these to the max next week. And yeah, you're gonna want to subscribe, because that's gonna be a pretty wild video where we're headed. So appreciate the time, and we'll catch you guys later.